What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam, hope everyone is doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope everyone is having a great Friday. Looking forward to a great weekend. You guys already know what time it is, baby. It's time for some week one fantasy Q and A, and we are hopping into our Underdog Friday as well. So we got a lot to get into. Maybe some aftermath of Thursday Night Football. Sorry to all you guys who started Allen Robinson or Cam Akers, even Matthew Stafford for that matter. But nonetheless, we're going to talk some fantasy football. We're going to have some fun. We're going to mess around with some Underdog slates as well. So you guys know what to do, man. Hit that like button on the way and hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you are new to the channel, and hop in the live chat, man. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how everyone is doing. All right, so I'm probably going to enter, I got to deposit some money first. That'd probably be helpful. But I'm probably going to enter a couple of the Battle Royale NFL main slates for week one through Underdog here. So I'm excited. And of course, you guys are welcome to try and hop in one with me as well. Of course, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy Football, the best, easiest platform to use out there, make sure to sign up with code THECATCH, which is on the screen right there, and promo link is in the description down below. Double your first deposit up to $100. All right, Derek's in the building. What's good, my dude? How are you? Appreciate you being here tonight. What's going on, man? What up, what up? Talks, what's up, man? I've spent so much time getting my team right the past 2 days. I think the trades that you wound up doing overall were pretty good. I thought things looked good as a whole when you sent it out on Discord. So I think you're in a good place. I know it took some time and it was stressful, but I think overall you're in a good place. J-Dub's in the house. What's up, bro? Vincent in the house. What's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight? Appreciate everyone being here. Aiden, start Christian Kirk or Elijah Moore. Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, I probably like Elijah Moore overall more, no pun intended, but I'd probably go Christian Kirk, man. I really like Elijah Moore this year, even with Flacco at quarterback. I still like Elijah Moore a lot, but with that being said, I go Christian Kirk against Washington. I just love that matchup. I really, really do. Especially if it's full PPR. Like, I just think the targets are going to be there. So I go Christian Kirk personally. Let's see here. Emil in the building. What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Is there a sale on A-Rob now? Probably. C-Crip, what's good, my guy? What's going on? What's going on? Was wondering... I need to start two full PPR. Okay, Deontay, Jacobs, Thielen, or Michael Thomas. Whew. Jacobs or Deontay now that Deontay is ruled healthy. I agree with that. Yeah. You need to start two. Yeah. I like Josh Jacobs a lot in this matchup. And Ricky's saying Jacobs or Deontay now that Deontay is fully healthy. I mean, as long as Deontay is listed as healthy, I like him out of these bunch. I mean, I think Thielen and Michael Thomas could both have really good games as well, so just be prepared for that. Michael Thomas versus the Falcons, like it's a gorgeous matchup. You know, if he's 70% of what we're used to, sorry I just slapped my mic, but you know, the matchup alone could just be phenomenal. Then I like Thielen versus Green Bay as well. I mean, I like Green Bay's defense, but I think it's just a good game script overall. But with all that said, like personally, I think the safest plays are Deontay and Jacobs here for sure. Bengals aren't as stout as you think. Yeah, I mean, really, you know, they're better performing half of the season defensively was like right before the playoffs going into the playoffs. So overall, I don't disagree with that. But all right, let's see here. Pick one to flex, says Emil, Melvin Gordon, Michael Carter, or Renfro. I go Renfro all day long. Yep, I go Renfro, especially with full PPR. Yeah, I go Renfro without a doubt. I think Gordon, Carter could have decent games, but I go Renfro personally. J-Dub says, depends on who he sees, though. AJ Terrell isn't a joke. That's true. That's true. It's a great point. Yeah. And it's kind of interesting. I mean, I really do think probably if Michael Thomas fully healthy, that's who AJ Terrell lines up on. So it's a good point. I mean, right, like that Falcons defense is a joke, but AJ Terrell himself is not a joke. And I keep forgetting that every time I talk about this matchup. So I don't know if I'm crazy about Michael Thomas. And with those selections, I'd probably bench Michael Thomas regardless, just to see how he kind of rolls out overall, you know. Renfro, Jacobs, or Deontay at flex. Full PPR, I go Renfro. Any other format, I might go Jacobs. But I like Renfro a lot in this matchup versus the Chargers. So, and I believe in Renfro. So overall, I'd probably go Renfro. Albert in the house. What's up, man? Vincent, Michael Carter, Breece Hall. That's a tough one, man. I think you roll the dice there. You trust your gut. But personally, here in week 1 up against the Ravens, I'd probably go Michael Carter. I just feel like he has a better chance to get in the end zone as a whole. So I'm going to enter a little draft here. I'm going to be drafting 6 players. But keep the fantasy questions coming, man. So we're here for tonight. We're just going to hang out for an hour or so. I want to mess around with some different Underdog drafts. And I'm probably going to get into some pick'ems as well tonight and kind of just go through. I'll probably do this next. Just go through what picks I like, what picks I don't like, really through each game as well. So we can get into some pick'ems as well. I'm excited for that, man. Oh, Derek, my bad, bro. I didn't know you were going to join. We can. I'm going to do another one, though. These don't take very long whatsoever. So really, this is just for the afternoon slate. So obviously, Thursday Night Football is not involved in this, and Monday night is not either. So Sunday slate, I should say. But overall, I'm going to have, let's see here. Quarterback, 2 receivers, a tight end, a running back, and a flex. Yeah, these are super, super short. All right, so JT's gone. Henry's gone. Man, I've done a couple of these, and they're like some really valuable running backs in the second half. Let's go JJ. Let's go JJ here. I mean, $5 entry payouts are definitely decent. I mean, it's a good tournament. Like, for all the tournaments going on Sunday, this is my personal favorite. I mean, most of the payouts are decent. You know, you can make your deposit back pretty easily overall. So, I do like this format overall, so to speak, in comparison to some of the other potential tournaments you can enter as well. Yeah, I've never done the basketball version, J-Dubs. All right, so, man, I haven't grabbed Kelsey in any of these. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get Kelsey there. I was going to say, I wouldn't mind going into this, or one of these with Kelsey. So, let's go Andrews here. Let's go Andrews. I haven't gone tight end early in any of these. Talking about Kelsey, let's go Andrews. Let's go Andrews. All right. Did you draft Cam Akers? There's a poll for the night, ladies and gentlemen. All right, man. I mean, it's Friday night. We're about less than 48 hours away from kickoff. How do you guys feel out there? Jimbo, what's up, my man? Have 2 questions about who should I start in week 1, Penny or Ayuk, Sutton or Sanders. Personally, if it's my roster, I'm going Ayuk and Sutton. I really like the game script, the matchup for Ayuk as a whole. Going up against the Bears defense, I think he's in a good position. So, I would personally go Ayuk, and then I go Sutton versus the Seahawks. Like, that matchup is just redonkulous. Man, I'll go Kamara here as my RB1. Say what you want with Dalvin Cook on the board. Kamara against the Falcons is just a matchup that I love this week, man. I love. I mean, obviously, if you have Kamara, you're starting him, right? But I mean, I'm all for Kamara against the Falcons this week. Stupid matchup. We got you, Jimbo. If you got any other questions, be sure to let us know, my dude. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Yeah, I don't dislike Penny this week, but I don't love him whatsoever. I don't like the matchup, like, without a doubt. I don't like the game script either. I think Penny could find the end zone, but I think Ayuk provides a better ceiling overall, and just a better. I feel pretty good about the Niners this week going up against the Bears. Wow, QB's got wiped there. Man, I'm going to go Barkley here. No, I'm not. I'm going to go with the receiver. I'm going to Debo. I'm going to go for DeAndre Swift here or Trey Lance. Swift is pretty... Maybe because he's got Philly? I don't know. Swift and Joe Mixon, even Najee. Man, I kind of want to team with Trey Lance. Trey Lance and Debo would be fun. We'll see who survives. And that's the thing with these, like, just have variety, man. Just pick different players. Like, just mess around a bit. Shoot, let's go Trey Lance, man. Alright, I'm going to try and get Swift as my final player. Bobby John, what's good, my dude? Hello, hello. Yo, what's up? How you like my 10-man PPR? I got Lamar, CMC, Saquon, Mike Williams, Sutton, Kelsey, Gabe Davis. Woo! Looks like an 8-team league, man. Yeah, I love this squad. This squad's ridiculous, man. Especially in week 1. Bateman also is a flex. Yeah, love that team. Judy, Deontay, or Renfro, pick 2. I go Judy with the matchup. Well, I like all these guys this week. I mean, if we're looking at matchups, you go Judy and Renfro, but it's just you don't want to set Deontay. Like, it's probably Judy and Deontay, but yeah, I like that Broncos versus Seattle matchup way too much to bench Judy this week. But I like Renfro this week, man, especially full PPR. Or you're saying it's half PPR. Even there, I still like Renfro a lot. But I'd probably go Judy, Deontay, but it's close. Anthony, PPR for both CH or Judy, also McLaurin or Deontay. I go Judy for sure. And it's close, man. I love McLaurin's matchup. Man, you could really argue for McLaurin over Deontay. It's very close. Very close. All right, I'm going to snag Swift here. I really like Scary Terry this week, undoubtedly. Oh, but I like Deontay, man. Man, I think personally I go Judy, McLaurin. I really like this matchup for McLaurin. And say what you want about Carson Wentz, but I think that it's a safer quarterback situation. Not that I'm out on Mitch Trubisky, but J-Dub says Judy, Deontay. Like, I don't have a problem with that, you know. All right, so here's a team I threw together. Trey Lance, Kamara, Swift, JJ, Debo, Mark Andrews. I like that team. That's a fun team, man. All right, let's take a look at some pick'ems for the week. I think Houston might upset. Man, the Colts lose a lot in week 1. All right, so let's go through some pick'ems that I like this week. Shoot. I'll make an entry. Why not? I'll make a 5-way entry. So Jameis Winston. What's up, Godfather? Good to see you, bro. I don't mind. I don't know. I'm not crazy about Winston over half an interception. I'm not really crazy about any Winston picks. Like, if I did have to go with a Winston pick, I'd probably go for the passing, or just 247.5. Well, really, it'd have to hit 248 or 247.6 at the higher. Or even 229.5 with the higher. I do think Jameis could rack up some passing yards this weekend. So if I had to go with a pick on Jameis, it'd be one of the totals on passing yards. Andrew in the house, what's up? What's up? Alvin Kamara, like, I really think 30 receiving yards, 94.5 rushing plus receiving yards, 64.5 rushing yards at the higher, and honestly, like 16.85 fantasy points at the higher. I'd take any of those, quite frankly. I don't mind those. I really like Kamara this weekend, man. Michael Thomas, I'm going to stay away from, because we haven't seen him play in a while. So I'll stay away with him. Stay away with him. Stay away from him. Olave is fun, man, but I see, like, until we see the Saints offense in action, I'm not taking any higher or lowers on any of these guys. But I really do, I mean, outside of Kamara, I really do think that there are probably some valuable picks between these Saints receivers. I would stay away from Michael Thomas for multiple reasons, including A.J. Terrell and the fact we haven't seen him on the field in a while. But Olave and Landry, We haven't seen him in the Saints uniform. I'd stay away from it, but man, I do think there's some value there. What's going on with Cam Akers? You know, I've said all offseason. You know, last year we really had a carousel running backs with the Rams. Akers, my boy Sony Michel, and Akers is really just at the very end. And my boy Hendo, right? So, I said all off season long, draft Henderson late. Don't draft Cam Akers. Sean McVay came out and said that Akers needs to make the most of the opportunities he's given. I'm paraphrasing, but I've been worried about Akers for a while, man. So he was a fun upside play. He could still be a fun upside play. I do think that at any point in the season, McVay could swap running backs, you know. And Williams also hurt as well in this game. So we'll see what happens, man. I think right now, overall, that's Hendo's backfield without a doubt, which is something that I'm happy about. Don't get me wrong. But now I wish I drafted him in more fantasy leagues. I've got him in like half my leagues, though. Mike Murray says Nick Chubb's going off Sunday. I do think that Chubb, we'll get to Chubb, is a good pick. What about Cook? Moss took advantage. Yeah. Now, did Moss also have a fumble? Am I remembering that right? Let me check here. Yeah, so Zach Moss had a fumble lost, and so did Cook. So over there, like, it's Singletary's backfield at the moment. At the moment. But Moss did look better than Cook as well. Smoking the Cat in the house. What's up, bro? Appreciate you stopping by, man. Yeah. I mean, Moss looked better. Don't get me wrong, but he did lose a fumble as well. So Singletary, man. Right now, Singletary's looking like a great draft pick, man. All right. Over here, and we're still in our first game here. Yeah, I do like, in terms of Marcus Mariota, I do like the higher over, you know, he just has to throw one interception against a stout Saints defense. You know, I love, this is one of my favorite picks of the weekend, man. And that's really the only pick I like on Marcus Mariota. Smokey says, I like the A.J. Dillon line over 12.5 receiving yards. That's a good call. I like a couple of the lines on Dillon and Jones as well. Patty and Cheese, maybe over 3 receptions. I don't mind. Let's take a look here. And I've got it on my other screen here. Patterson last year. Man, we might not want to go off last year, though. So he had more than 3 receptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 6 times last year. It's not very good, and he's probably going to regress this year. So I don't know. Maybe I take that back. But with him supposedly lining up more as a receiver, maybe I like it. Kyle Pitts, I think over 4.5 receptions is a decent. Like I don't mind that at the higher. I don't mind that line at the higher whatsoever. So last season, looking at Pitts overall, so 1, 2, 3. Wow, 4, 5 games over 4.5 receptions. I still think it's a decent line, but that's a little bit worrisome. That was worse than Cordell Patterson. I do kind of like Trey Lance over 41.5. Godfather, I started Cousins over Stafford and Carr over Stafford. Thank goodness. Yeah, thank goodness. Derek had Stafford over Cousins. Yikes. I really thought Stafford had a better game. Bears and Niners definitely has some good ones. We'll get down the line. Do you think Christian Kirk will do better this year? 100%, yeah. I mean, they gave him the bag for the reason. I think he's the number 1 receiver there. I like him a lot in week 1, Caleb versus Washington. I do think he'll be better this year compared to last year. Aaron Jones' line to score a touchdown is good. I agree, man. Yeah, I really like his line to score a touchdown. I like Nick Chubb's. I like... it depends. There are a couple running... Like, really, there's quite a few running backs. Like, if they have the line to score a touchdown, like, I'm pretty happy betting on that. Ricky, how do you like my 8-man PPR team? Herbert, Eckler, Jones, Brown, Judy, Deontay, Kelsey. Got Sanders, Jacobs, Mooney, Renfro, Hopkins on the bench. Yeah, that's a great team, man. I mean, I love to see Kelsey on an 8 team. I think outside of that, you look great, man. Good bench overall, but your starting lineup's scary, dude. So that's what you want, man. You want to put fear in your opponent's heart in an 8-man league on a weekly basis. Kirk has a lot of upside with the Jags offense. A lot of targets, yeah, 100%. I love Scary Terry in that game. I do too, man. Going up against the Jags, I think it's a great game. I like Dotson too. Albert, I like the over 4.5 receptions for Pitts. Deontay's definitely going to pop off, says Caleb. Mariota to Pitts with Kamara or Olave back. Justin Fields, 37.5 rushing yards. Looks like a smash. I'm a little worried about Fields. I don't know if I want to place any on Fields. Lamar over 1.5 passing touchdowns, I think, is a good line versus the Jets. Oh, this is cool. I can kind of pull them up. You can see their rivals as well. Who will have more passing yards, Jackson or Flacco? Yeah, rivals is a whole different slate. But overall, man, I do like Lamar over 1.5 passing touchdowns. JDM, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very, very much. Very kind of you. Welcome to Catch Fam. Very kind of you to hit that subscribe button. All right, let's see how many times Lamar Jackson threw for more than 1 touchdown last year. Wow. 1, 2. 2 times. Yeah, it is, dude. That's why you got to look at these things, man. But I still feel like week 1 against the Jets. Whew. Man, he only had 2 rushing touchdowns last year, but of course he only played 12 games. But I still kind of like that one. I do. Najee Harris, 16 rushing attempts, a good one. Lamar to prove it and earn that guaranteed contract. I agree. If I don't play Thomas, I have Boyd, Tolbert, Nico Collins, need 1 in PPR. I heard that Tolbert's not expected to play. I don't mind Boyd. I don't mind Nico Collins. I think it's between Thomas and Boyd for me. Andrea, I think the targets are probably best for Thomas. I think I still play Michael Thomas in this situation. Chat, what do you think? Michael Thomas, Tyler Boyd, or Nico Collins? I don't think Tolbert's going to play. Or at least we probably won't know till Sunday. All right, Bateman. I kind of like Bateman over 4 receptions as a number 2 option. I kind of like Mark Andrews over 5.5. I wonder how many times last year Andrews had more than 5 receptions. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So half of the year last year, Andrews had more than 5 receptions. How many of those games were without Lamar Jackson, though? All right, chat agrees with Thomas. I think you still go Thomas there. Hurts at 48.5. Yeah, I like that. I like some of the Hurts lines as well. Really, this Ravens-Jets game, I mean, I think my favorite line is probably Bateman over 4 receptions. I think that one's worth going after. For the Jets, Michael Carter at 33.5 rushing yards is all right. But I'm not crazy about going on the Jets with Flacco at QB. Yo, Tyler Conklin at 21.5 is kind of interesting, though. All right, Pittsburgh at Cincy. I'd stay away from Mitch the bitch, but yeah, I'm not crazy about these lines for him. Najee has some nice lines. Like, dude, I'm telling you, Najee to score a touchdown is one of my favorite lines this week. How many touchdowns did Najee have last year? Let's see. 7. So just under half the games, right? 16 rushing attempts, a good call by J-Dubs. J-Dubs, I still feel like Fields at 37.5, though. Even in the bad game scripts, he averaged over 40 as a part-time starter, even against San Francisco. I don't think it's a bad call. For the Steelers receivers and Freiermuth, I mean, you got 50.5 receiving yards at the higher or lower. For Johnson, Claypool, you've got 44.5 receiving yards higher or lower. Freiermuth, 29.5 higher or lower. I kind of like taking a chance on Freiermuth here. Really, whether it's higher or lower. Burrow. I do kind of like Burrow over 2 passing touchdowns. It just feels right in week 1. Let's see. Last year, Burrow had over 2 touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. A lot of games where he was just at 2. So it is risky. 34.5 passing attempts, 20.45 fantasy points. I kind of like 267.5 total yards. Mixon. Mixon over 2.5 receptions. Kind of nice. So Mixon last year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Nah. Mitch showing out MVP style, week 1. Let's go. Yeah, Bengals are a little high. I think Boyd, man, they're all tough. I mean, you got Chase and Higgins, 5.5 at the higher or lower. And you got Boyd at 4. Hurst at 2.5. I kind of agree. I also want to stay away from Mac Jones. I kind of like Ramondre higher than 9.35 fantasy points. I'd probably stay away from all New England's receivers. I kind of like Henry at 6.25 at the higher, because basically if he scores a touchdown, like, you're good. But that's about it. Joe subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much, Joe. Very, very kind of you, man. Welcome to Catch Fam. Smoking the Cat. I have 2 parlays. Dillon over under receiving yards. Jones touchdown. Najee touchdown. Also CMC under 135 yards. JT under 130 yards. Cook under 125. All these lines are well under what they're hoping for at that 120. Yeah, I think that's a fun parlay. I think it's a good parlay. JDM, who would you start week 1 out of these 3? Kirk, Sutton, or ETN? It's good options across the board, my dude, but I go Sutton. I just really like Sutton going up against the Broncos. I mean, excuse me, he's on the Broncos. Going up against the Seahawks. I just love the Broncos and this game script going up against the Seahawks. You guys are going to hear me, I mean, you know, all the fantasy Q&A leading up to this Sunday, or really this Monday, like, you guys are going to hear a lot about that matchup because I love that matchup as a whole. I like ETN at Washington. Don't get me wrong. I like Kirk at Washington too. But overall, I go Sutton. I think it's a nice upside pick. Joe, 10-man PPR QB. Got Hurts, Harris, Connor. Love that. Diggs, love that. DK, love it. Goddard, flexes Javonte. Saints defense, Matt Prater on the bench. Got Kirk, Damian Pierce, Carr, Olave, Sky Moore, Madison, and Alberto. This is a great team. This is a solid 9, man. This is a great team. I love your quarterback. I love the tight end situation. Get a little stack there. I'm perfectly fine with Najee Harris and James Connors, RB1, RB2. Love Diggs and DK. Love Javonte as a flex. I really do. Saints defense can be great this year. Prater's perfectly fine as a kicker. And I like your bench, man. I love that you have Kirk as a good, probably late round value. Should be a receiver 1. Love Pierce as an RB4. And I mean, I love Carr as a, like, if Hurts is feeling too inconsistent, you have Carr to at least bring a safe ceiling, right? Then Olave and Sky Moore, like, I just love having 2 rookie receivers on the bench. I really do. Because rookie receivers has been popping these last couple of years, you know? Madison's a great handcuff. Alberto's a perfectly fine tight end too. with some upside. So I love this team, man. It's a really good team, Joe. Monroe St. Brown, 5.5 receptions. Looks like a smash. I like that call, too. Let's see. Not crazy about Tua. Chase Edmonds over 10 fantasy points is possible. I kind of like Waddle over 5.5, but really, like, new head coach, Tyreek Hill in this offense, new running back, said Wilson. Like, I want to stay away from the Dolphins. I feel like we don't know enough. I like Jacksonville at Washington. Hey, we got you, Joe. That's what we're here for, man. If you have any more fantasy questions, please let us know. That is what we're here for, my dude. Would you start Cooks or Juju in full PPR? I'd probably start Juju. I like the game script better. Yeah, I go Juju. Fading Miami versus New England overall, I am too. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, T-Law at Washington. It's kind of fun. I kind of like this game script overall, like, a lot. ETN over 3 receptions could be really interesting. Kirk over 5 receptions, I kind of like as well. That's probably where I'd stop for Jacksonville. Carson Wentz over half an interception is kind of like, even against Jacksonville, I'm like, I feel like I would take that. I don't hate Wentz over 1.5 passing touchdowns, though. I don't. I think he could have a good game. I think he could easily throw 2 touchdowns against Jacksonville. I kind of like Gibby. I don't exactly know what I like, but I feel like either of these props could be good. It is just a little bit high, right, J-Dubs? If this was like 10.45, he scores a touchdown, he probably gets there, right? I would stay away from McKissick. McLaurin over 5 receptions is nice. Dotson over 3 is a smash, bro. Or 3.5. Against Jacksonville, I like. This is probably my favorite out of this whole matchup. All I've heard is that Wentz and Dotson have a good chemistry. So I do really like that one. Trey Lance. I feel like Lance over 18.85 is pretty decent. 18.85 fantasy points. Mitchell. Nah, I don't know. Over 11.45. Just 8.5 receiving yards? What's that, like 2 catches? Maybe 3? How often was he used in the pass game last year? So, every game he had a catch last year, he had over 8.5 receiving yards. But that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Nah, I don't know. J-Dub says Mitchell doesn't catch out the backfield. Yeah. All right, how about this? I really like Debo over 11.45. How do you guys feel about that one? I think that's a great line. Up against the Bears. Or even just Debo to score. But really, Debo week 1 against the Bears, like, I really like either over 11.45 or just to score a touchdown. Ayuk 4 receptions is nice, so at the higher he has to hit 5, which I think is definitely possible in this game. I really like Debo's lines this week, though. Like, Debo's one of my favorite players going into this week, man. All right, Fields over 37.5 rushing yards, not bad. Whew. Check out Debo's stats against the Bears last year. The Bears. All right. Why can't I find... He had 28.5 points last year in full PPR. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Sorry. He had 20.10 points. Yeah, I feel like that's a smash, man. This is going to be half PPR, though. So let's see. This just gives me full PPR numbers. But still. Yeah, Kittle might not play. So if he scores... Let's look at it this way. Half PPR. He scores a touchdown. He's halfway there. I feel like it's an absolute lock. What do you guys like better? Scoring a touchdown or the fantasy points? I feel like I like the fantasy points more. Monty's got some interesting ones. I'm a little bit scared of Monty with the rumors about Herbert this year. I like Mooney over 5 receptions slightly. But honestly, when you go back and look at his reception totals last year, it's not that great. Komet over 4 receptions is interesting. I'm going to stay away from the Bears, though, personally. I like Jacoby Brissett with an interception. How you guys feel with that one? Brissett throwing 1 interception. Tony Pollard or Ramondre Stevenson. Need 1 in a flex, full PPR. I go Ramondre, Andrea. I go Ramondre for sure. Elijah Moore. I'm sorry, I thought it was Rondo Moore. Nah, in that case, I'd probably go Elijah Moore. Go Elijah Moore. Yeah, go Elijah Moore. Sorry, I thought it was Rondo, who's probably not playing. Yeah. Yeah, I like Brissett at 1 interception against Carolina. I think Brisket's going to have a tough day. How many interceptions did Brisket throw last year? And hey, we love Jacoby Brissett. We love the Brisket, but I mean, let's just be real. I think it's very possible he could throw some interceptions. All right, so 1, 2, 4. He played in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games for the Dolphins and threw 4 picks. I like that line. I mean, that's still a majority of the year, right? Yeah. I mean, that's pretty high. I like Nick Chubb to score a touchdown. I like Chubb to score a touchdown. Hunt, I'm a little bit worried about. Cooper, I don't mind Cooper over 4 receptions. I get kind of worried about these reception props, though. What are the props for Njoku? Over 3.5, 34.5 receiving yards, 6.25 fantasy points. Homer, what's up, bro? What's up, Homer Simpson? Hi, I got offered CMC, Andrews, and Edmonds for Kamara, Zeke, Deontay, and half PPR. It would leave me with Lamar, Saquon, CMC, Patterson, Edmonds, Andrews, Godwin, Kirk, Olave, Boyd. What do you think? Thanks. CMC, Andrews, and Edmonds. Trade away Kamara, Zeke, and Deontay. So your roster becomes Lamar, Saquon, CMC, Patty and Cheese, Edmonds, Andrews, Godwin, Kirk, Olave, Boyd. So you lose some receiver value here with Deontay gone. I think CMC for Kamara is a fair swap. If you need the tight end help, then I think Andrews is fine. Who's your tight end at the moment? Like, I think this trade is fair. You get CMC and Mark Andrews. Chase Edmonds could have our RB1 values. No Kamara. He's probably not a Zeke either. He's going to be better in full PPR. Half PPR is probably fine. You do lose receiver value. Like if Godwin's healthy, then you have Godwin, Kirk, Olave, and Boyd. Like you don't. Receivers just kind of questionable. But at the same time, CMC and Andrews, like, I'd probably do the trade. How do you feel about it, Homer? I'd probably do it. All right, Baker. I kind of like Baker with 1 interception. Yeah, Homer, I don't mind the trade. How do you feel about it? For CMC, he has to, like, this is the thing. It's not a receiving touchdown. It's a rushing touchdown. I still don't mind it, man. How many times did he have a rushing touchdown last year? Let's see. He had 1. Year before he had 5. Year before he had 15. It's tough, man. It's a fun one to throw the dice at. DJ Moore over 5 receptions is not bad, though. DJ Moore over 11.65 is not bad either. Robbie Anderson over 3 is semi-interesting, but yeah, I like DJ Moore's lines pretty well, actually, all 3 of them. See, Matt Ryan moving into Indy at Houston, I kind of like Matt Ryan at 2 touchdowns, but at the same time, I think they're going to run the ball a lot. Dude, Matt Ryan, this is your bet. Matt Ryan has 1 rush in the game and gets over 2.5 rushing yards, or he has 0 rushes. Like, just this line right here. Matt Ryan, over 2.5 rushing yards or under is kind of a good line, dude. It is. All right, JT. Man, I feel like JT over 98 rushing yards against the Texans. I don't know, man. I think that's a pretty good line. How many times last year did he have? That's the thing, man. Over 98 rushing yards, 90.5 rushing yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's probably one of the best odds in terms of looking at last year that we've had all night. Houston, I mean, you never know. It could be improved. That's the thing. How many times did JT have more than 20 rushing attempts? Not many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I think really for me with JT, 98.5 at the over is my favorite. I don't mind Pittman. I would probably go over 69.5 receiving yards. I kind of like Paris Campbell over 2.5 receptions. But once again, if I haven't seen a player within this offense play, like if it's a new offense, you got Matt Ryan, like I'm still going to hold off regardless of what we've heard over the offseason. Yo, I kind of like Davis Mills over 14.45 fantasy points. Like, he scores a touchdown in the first half, like throws a touchdown in the first half, and he gets 1 garbage time throw that turns into a touchdown. He's already got 8 points. I don't know, man. You know, he's more than halfway there at that point. So I kind of like Davis Mills, man. Damian Pierce, 50 rushing yards. That's kind of a fun one. The J-Dub's bringing that one up. I do like that one. Or even over 10.75 fantasy points. Like, at the end of the day, man, all he really has to do is score a touchdown. He probably gets you there. Kind of like Nico Collins over 3.5 receptions. Daniel Pierce versus Monty. That's tough, man. That's tough. They both have kind of a stout matchup this week, you know? Got the Colts on one end, the Niners on the other end. I'd probably go Monty. But it's really close. I might go Pierce. It's close there, man. Cooks or Robert Woods this week in PPR. Robert Woods has the better matchup. I'd probably go Robert Woods. I think they're both veteran receiver number ones. All right, let's throw Dameon Pierce and Davis Mills in here. Let's get 2 Texans in here. What do you think the odds of Jalen Hurts throwing an interception are? So last year, Jalen played, 9 interceptions. 3 against the Giants. Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll stay away from that one. Jalen Hurts with 1 rushing touchdown. Last year he had, let's see here. He had 10 rushing touchdowns. But when you really break it down, he had 1 in week 2, 2 in week 5, 2 in week 6, 3 in week 11, 2 in week 15. Like, it's pretty sporadic. I don't mind Hurts over 23.15 fantasy points. But that's probably it. I do like this matchup. Kenneth Gainwell over 20.5 rushing yards is not bad, but it's risky the way that backfield operates. Last year he rushed over 20 yards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times through 16 games. Yep. Steven Joe, what's good, bro? Carter or Renfro in half PPR? I go Renfro. Yeah, I do like Devonta Smith over 3.5 receptions. Yeah. I almost want to like A.J. Brown, but I'm with J-Dubs. I do kind of like Devonta Smith. Last year, Devonta Smith had more than 3 receptions. Or really, I guess he has to have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he just needs 4. Yeah, he just needs 4. What am I saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 8 times through 17 games. So I kind of like this line right here. All right, let's add it. Can't believe how many times Cup was wide open last night. Why wouldn't you target him 18 times? Yeah, but I did feel at times like Matthew Stafford almost had tunnel vision on Cup, you know? But yeah, at the same time, I mean, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? All right, let's add a Lions players. J-Dubs is saying. Yeah, Cup did cut the beard. Going to regrow it. I kind of like Goff with 1 interception. And I like Goff this year, man. I'm rooting for Jared Goff. But I kind of like him with 1 interception in week 1 against Philly. Philly's defense is tough, man. It seemed like every reception he was half or more step from his defender. I mean, yeah, he's that good, man. He really is. Man, I wish there was a line for Swift to score a touchdown. Yeah, I kind of like Goff to throw a pick. Yeah, I do. 12 rushing attempts for Swift. Does look kind of great. It does look kind of great. Last year, he had 12 rushing attempts. 1, 2, 3, 4 times through 13 games. He had 33 rushing attempts in week 10. Jeez. That one kind of worries me. Patrick, what's good, bro? A.J. Brown, Renfro, Thielen, Pittman, St. Brown, Gage, pick 3, full PPR. Full PPR, I go A.J. Brown, Pittman, and then it's tough for the third one. Renfro or St. Brown. For a little bit more consistency, safer floor, maybe go Renfro. For more upside, go St. Brown. You would think they would just double him and make Stafford feed someone else. Sure. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with what you're saying there. But he is that good, man. He's going to get open. I kind of like Amon-Ra St. Brown over 11 and 11.15 fantasy points. I kind of like him over 60.5 receiving yards, too. Which prop do you like specifically, J-Dubs? I kind of like DJ Chark. 4 receptions at the higher. So 3 receptions at the higher. I kind of like Josh Reynolds at 4.25 fantasy points. Keep in mind it is half PPR. I mean, Josh Reynolds has a sneaky play or two. Allen was taking some hits last night. Dude needs to just slide sometimes. I think he will, like, moving forward into, like, the playoffs, or if they get in a position where they need to make the playoffs. But I think last night Allen was saying, like, I'm here. I'm ready to ride or die for my team. We're here to make a statement against the Super Bowl champs. I mean, Allen looked astronomical last night. Like, if he stays healthy, I mean, is there any way he's not front rider for MVP? So last year, Amon-Ra St. Brown over 5 receptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those in that final stretch of the season, week 13 to week 18. Are you posting your parlays on Instagram? Probably not. Maybe. Potentially. That might be a good idea, Smokey. Stafford was definitely tunnel vision. I agree. Agree with that. I like Amon-Ra over 5.5. Ooh, Vegas at Chargers. Should I start Ayuk or Chase Edmonds? Diego, I'd probably go Ayuk. I like the matchup versus the Bears. I'd probably go Ayuk, man. It's close. Close. I'm not a big fan of the game script for the Dolphins and the Patriots. I'll probably go Ayuk. Derek Carr. Yo, how many times did Derek Carr rush 4 or 5 yards last year? I know you shouldn't purely go off of last year, but that kind of helps me like make my final decision. So last year, Derek Carr rushed 4 or 5 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times through 17 games, excuse me. I don't mind that one. Josh Jacobs with 2 receptions. Well, he'd have to get over. See, I'm worried about any of the Raiders running backs' involvement. But how many times did he have at least 3 receptions last year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. But it's just risky. Like, we don't know what they're going to do. I think the D Adams lines are a little high. I agree. Yeah, I get scared about star players as much as I like Devontae Adams. Like, I was scared looking at... by the way, I had a pick 'em last night that I didn't submit 5 ways, and they all hit. Yeah, I have it on my phone. I know there's no way to prove that I had this. I had my finger hovering over it, man. Like, my finger, like, basically touched the screen. I had Josh Allen over 0.5 interceptions, Singletary under 15.5 receiving yards, Stafford over 0.5 interceptions. Uh-oh. I just lost my place. And Henderson over 7.75 fantasy points. Then my boy Ben Skwarnik over 2 receptions. They all hit. And I didn't submit it. All right. I kind of like Renfro over 5 receptions. How many times did Renfro have over 5 receptions? So over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But we got Adams there. Let's hold off. Herbert, 300 total yards, 300.5 total yards, not crazy. Like, by any means whatsoever. Eckler over 4 receptions. That's, let's see here. Last year, Eckler had over 4 receptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times halfway through the year. Hello. What to make out of a Rams running game? Is Cam Akers a dud already? Well, I do think there's a chance at any point in the season, like last year, where we saw the switch from Hendo to Michelle. We saw some Akers sprinkled in at the end of the season. Like, I do think there's a chance, especially if Williams didn't get hurt, with the ankle injuries. He's probably going to miss like 4 to 6 weeks from what I've heard. Don't quote me, but like, I do think that Williams could have been involved in this game. I think that worked to Henderson's advantage, and I just don't think that McVay and company liked what they saw out of Akers. But I do think that could change. Like, I wouldn't panic and drop Akers, but he probably doesn't need to be in your lineup. And I mean, I've said all offseason, target Henderson in your drafts. Just the probability and the value at the end of your draft compared to where you to draft Akers is just so much better. But yeah, I wouldn't panic completely, but it is worrisome, no doubt. Good night, Andrea. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, Akers, Robinson, like, I wouldn't panic. Just, it's one game. I wouldn't panic. But shout out to my boy Hendy. I mean, let's go. All right. I kind of like Mike Williams over 13.15 fantasy points. But I kind of want to stay away from the Chargers lines. I kind of like Aaron Rodgers passing yards at the higher. Aaron Jones to score a touchdown just feels right. It really does. A.J. Dillon over 12.5 receiving yards. Smokey brought this up earlier. He had over 12.5 receiving yards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 50% last year. It's not a bad one. If he scores a touchdown, he probably gets you very close to 10.95. But it is half PPR. Yo, if Lazard doesn't play, I kind of like... Yo, if Lazard doesn't play, is Randall Cobb not a smash for over 3 receptions? Like, Watkins over 3.5. If Lazard and Christian Watson don't play, is that crazy to not pick one of those guys? I'd probably go... Farmy wants to go Cobb. But I wouldn't want to enter it right now. I'd want to wait until Sunday. Cousins, I'd probably stay away from. Cook, don't ask me why, but I'd probably stay away from. How many times did Cook have more than 3 receptions last year? One, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a down year. I don't know, man. JJ over 6 receptions feels right. Like, I'd be a little bit... It's over 6.5. If it was exactly 6, I'd feel all right. But, man, if this game is a shootout, like, how many times did JJ have more than... how many times did he have at least 7 receptions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 50. 50. It's close, man. J-Dub's saying, I like the game. This could happen. Don't want to bet on it. I agree. I want, like, full confidence in my bet, man. Osborne at 4 receptions is kind of nice, though. Francisco, yeah, send us your team, man. Love to take a look at your team. Irv Smith over 3 receptions or under. Irv Smith 28.5 receiving yards. Higher or under? Man, I probably need to pick some unders. Like I've only been picking higher. I like Danny Dimes with 1 interception. I mean, how can you not? Shout out to my boy Danny. But something about it, man. How many times did Daniel Jones throw a pick last year? Oh, 1, 2. He only had 4 games where he threw a pick. He threw 3 interceptions in week 6. Hold on, I lost my spot. 3 interceptions in week 6, 2 in week 11. 7 total interceptions on the year. Francisco, welcome to Catch Fan, by the way, man. Very, very kind of you to hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at the team here. I got Lance, Swift, Zeke, Kupp, Evans, Pitts, Ayuk, Sutton, 10-team PPR. Should I trade Pitts and Pierce for Chubb? I have Freiermuth as a backup. No. I'd say no. I mean, I like Chubb, don't get me wrong, but no. No. I keep Lance, Swift. I mean, you got Swift and Zeke is the thing. So Pierce is a beautiful RB3. Is Chubb a good RB3? Hell yeah. But I think Pitts, I think you hold Pitts, man. I mean, it's a good team. Lance Swift, Zeke, Kupp, Mike Evans, Pitts, Ayuk, Sutton. Yeah, I would hold this team, man. I would hold Pitts and hold Pierce. I like Freiermuth, don't get me wrong, but I like Pitts more. I'd hold Pitts for sure. J-Dubs likes Kadarius at 9.95 fantasy points. I'm too scared to bet anything in any direction on Kadarius, Tony. J-Dubs says Pitts is a good advantage, especially with the quarterback situation in Cleveland. I agree. I keep Pitts for sure, my dude. Yeah, I'd keep that squad the way it is, my guy. It's a good team. It's a good team. Absolutely. All right, man, if you have any other fantasy questions, guys, if you're out there, fantasy questions, please throw them my way, man. That's what we're here for. Chat's here for it as well. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Getting closer and closer to Sunday's action. All right, let's take a look at the Giants. Man, I kind of like Galladay at 3 receptions. Call me crazy, man. I kind of like Galladay at 3 receptions. I mean, I'm too caught up in week 1 of preseason because Galladay looked completely like garbage every game after. And he didn't even look good in week 1 preseason, but Daniel Jones targeted him like 5 times on the opening drive. Last year, he had at least 3 receptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. I mean, I kind of like that. I'm taking it. Let's do it. Traded Gibson and Thielen for Zeke. Think I fleeced, to be honest. I don't mind that trade if you had the conviction, yeah. I think Gibson and Thielen probably offer better depth overall. But if you wanted Zeke, I'm fine with it, man. I mean, I think down the stretch, Zeke's probably more valuable than Gibson. Would you drop Isaiah P for Tanyan? I already have CH. My other tight end is Knox. I think if you drop Isaiah P, you're going to have a chance to get him again. If you want tight end security, help behind Knox, then I'm fine with it, Anthony. Yeah, I think you'll have a chance to go out and get Isaiah P again. So I wouldn't worry too much. Yo, trust me, man, I'm not feeling good about Kenny Galladay in this slip. But, like, I think Galladay hitting 3 receptions could definitely happen. Listen, man, I like Henry a lot, but I have a bad feeling about Titans players. I do kind of like Nick Westbrook with 3 receptions. I'll say that much. Treylon Burks hitting like 30 receiving yards is not bad either. But I kind of like Westbrook. Let's see. He had at least 3 receptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times last year through 16 games. If he's healthy, he should be the wide receiver 2, and with Burks trying to make his way into the wide receiver 2 spot against a bad Giants defense. Like, I kind of like Westbrook too, but something I just don't feel good about betting on the Titans. Tanner 3, I want to trade Nick Chubb. Who's a good trade for him? I would probably go. I mean, if you're giving away Chubb, you should be able to get a running back of value and a receiver of value. So you might, get a little bit of a lower overall value in terms of running back since you're getting a package deal. But I would say any wide receiver 1 who's maybe in a lower tier or a wide receiver 2 that you believe in should be in consideration. I mean, especially for a straight up trade, one-on-one. If you add a running back, just kind of limit the value there. So I think you can get pretty good value for Nick Chubb, with the draft capital and everything that he represents right now. Do you think that the Browns are probably going to be relying on the run game a little bit more? So I think he's pretty high in terms of value at the moment. Hey, brother, Pollard or Pierce in my flex? Pierce. Yeah, I go Pierce for sure, undoubtedly. How many interceptions did Mahomes throw last year? And Tanner, I would look across your league and look for teams that need a running back. Go look at what teams are not doing so good at running back and see, what type of players they have specifically. So Mahomes threw 13 picks last year is his worst year of all time. I want to bet against Mahomes. How many? I don't know how the Chiefs' offense is going to look. I kind of like Sky Moore at 25 receiving yards. Was thinking about trading him a little bit before watching it back to try to get the most value. Yeah, and you might even be able to wait, 3 weeks or so and get him at even better value. Like if the Browns are relying on him enough, I do think that it's very possible that he could be even more attractive as a trade option in 2-3 weeks from now. Hey, I got you, Tanner. That's what we're here for, my dude. If you have any other questions, please let us know, man. Patrick says, never get rid of Chubb unless it's for Taylor, Henry, or Cook. Yeah, Chubb is one of those running backs that kind of, in terms of fantasy managers' eyes, fallen back overall in terms of how he's viewed. Man, I feel like there's got to be a Cardinals number that I like. I kind of like Hollywood Brown over 12.25. If he scores a touchdown, he's halfway there. Well, a little bit under halfway there. It's a good matchup. I'm thinking Dallas will abandon the run and line up Pollard in the slot. Pierce is playing Indy. Thank you. Of course, man. Yeah, Pierce, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Bucs defense is all right, but I just think Pierce has a good chance of getting the end zone. All right, Brady, man, if Brady rushes for 1 yard, a sixth of a yard, you hit. I don't know if I'd bet on it. He rushed for more than 1 yard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or he rushed for at least 1 yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times last year. Yo, why do I just want to hit this as the final one for this slip? Let's do it. All right, this is a fun one to do with you guys. Okay, Dameon Pierce, 50 rushing yards. Davis Mills, 14.45 fantasy points. Devonta Smith, over 3.5 receptions. Kenny Golladay, over 2.5 receptions. Brady's got to rush for at least 1 yard. I mean, that's just fun, man. We got to submit that one. If I do insurance... Nah, I'm just going to do the full thing. Oh, I lost my spot. That wasn't smart. But we were on Brady. That's pretty easy to... Oh, shoot. I got to get back to football. All right, we were at Brady. I might try and pick some unders, too. Yeah, Brady at 1 rushing yards is fun. Like, I wouldn't even be mad if I mean, it's a $5 bet, you know? Let's see here. I'd stay away from Fournette. Evans, over 5 is not bad. Prescott with 1 pick. I just feel like there's always a lot of interceptions week 1. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's a lot of interceptions week 1. I don't like Dallas lines either. My favorite's probably Dalton Schultz. Noah Brown at 3 receptions, not bad, but I would wait until Sunday. Is there somewhere I can submit my 2 QB3 flex lineup over to you? Want to know what you think and what I can improve on? Yeah. I mean, if you guys ever want to send full rosters and everything, the Discord, I mean, Discord's the best place to be. Discord link's in the description down below. It's completely free to join. Copy and paste your rosters into there. And then on top of that, even, you know, outside of just getting my potential opinion, you've got the opinion of the entire community. We've got a very active community in there as well. Yeah, so I kind of agree, J-Dubs. I like this game a lot in terms of the Broncos and Seahawks. But I just have a feeling, like, I don't mind Wilson at 3 passing touchdowns, but I have a feeling that the running backs could eat a lot of that. I kind of like Javonte at 60 rushing yards. I don't mind Sutton or Judy at 59 receiving yards, but I don't know which one. Like, I don't know if I want to bet on it. I'd stay away from all the Seahawks. Yep. I'd stay away from all the Seahawks. All right, let's look at some lowers. Let's look at the opposite way. Let's look in the other direction. All right. I haven't really thought about unders yet. I feel like I'm a higher guy. Let's stay away from the Saints. Mariota. Yeah, I did think about Mike Thomas for a second. Under 55 receiving yards. 55.5. Oh, no, man. You know, AJ Terrell lines up on Chris Olave on 1 play or 1 drive. Scoots over to Landry, whatever. Lines up on Pitts. Thomas gets free. I just don't like it. Nick Chubb and Robert Woods, I receive Hollywood Brown and Swift. Good or bad? Yes, good. Good indeed. Yes, take that in a heartbeat. I don't know if that's an offer you're trying to get out there, if that's already been offered. But yeah, don't even hesitate. Yeah. I'll take Swift over Chubb all day long. I'll take Hollywood Brown over Woods all day long. Yeah. Don't hesitate, Tanner. Take that right there. For sure. I could see an under on Patty and Cheese. Nah, I'm going to stay away from that game. Falcons and Saints. right, let's look at RS German's team. Ten-team double quarterback. We got King of the Hill. Let's go. Patty Mahomes, Joe Mixon. I know this is probably super small for you guys. Kamara, Pittman, Davis, and Njoku, Pollard, St. Brown, Hollywood Brown, 3 flexes. Tom Brady is super flex. Geno Smith, Kenny Pickett, Pierce, Hopkins, Chris Godwin, Pickens, Irv Smith. A great team. Tight end's your biggest weakness, but for 3 flexes and a super flex, a good team, man. I would swap out Pollard. Is Pollard really projected 19 points? Or are these, I feel like this point system might be a little bit different. I wouldn't start Pollard personally. Like, in this situation, I don't hate it. Like, I mean, I think Mahomes is a quarterback, Brady in the Superflex, Mixon, Kamara, Pittman, Davis, St. Brown, Hollywood Brown is like... If you start Pollard, I don't think it's going to kill you. But I would probably start Pierce or Godwin over him. Personally, at tight end, I would take a chance on Irv Smith over David Njoku. I like the game script better for the Vikings as a whole. So, but I mean, regardless, I think you're in a really good situation. This is a good-looking squad, bro. All right. I don't like unders, man. They scare me. They scare me. Yeah, I do kind of like Flacco. Under 34.5 passing attempts. I feel like the Jets will run the ball quite a bit. But if they get behind, they just start... Yeah, I'm with you, J-Dubs. But what if they get behind, or like, what if the Ravens just get way up ahead? We've seen the Ravens do that in week 1 before. And then Flacco just starts throwing it all over the place, you know? You know what I'm saying? I don't like unders. I don't like unders. I don't have a good feeling here, man. I think some of these picks timed out. I don't know if that happens necessarily, but I've had that happen once before where I'm really taking my time and one of the picks goes away. I was not that far down. Okay. I'd probably stay away from Burrow. Mixon, I'll probably stay away from. Like, I'm not gonna bet against Jamar Chase. How many times did T. Higgins have? No, I'm not betting. I'm not doing it. I don't know if we're gonna do any unders. I feel like, why do I feel like unders are so much more risky? Let's start over. Let's go back to overs. I'm not doing any unders. You probably should to balance things out, right? But I'm just not crazy about it, man. Man, I should take notes on all the ones that I like. Trade Elliott and Pickens for Javonte Williams. It depends on the roster, Dan. Dan, let us know what the roster looks like, man. Depends. It's a good trade. But if you need the depth, that might affect things. Deep at receiver, then probably, yeah. More upside at running back. I do like Zeke, but more upside for sure. All right, let's take Josh Jacobs over 2 receptions. Let's do it. Thoughts on A-Rob's performance last night? Panic time. I wouldn't panic. Never panic after week 1 or just one game in general. I mean, Stafford came out and just said that there's a lot of cover 2 looks and that he didn't feel like it benefited Robinson last night. Is that true? Did Stafford just not target Robinson? I don't know. I would not panic after one game. But then again, I didn't draft Robinson in any of my leagues, so I have no reason to panic. But I wouldn't panic. One game, I would not panic. Nope. I really like Aaron Jones to score a touchdown. What's up, Face 10 Foil? What's good, bro? Singletary should be the lock at RB1 now at the moment, yeah. For sure. RB0 team's looking nice. Singletary getting good work. We'll see, for sure. For sure. Yeah, there's some 0 RB teams looking pretty good right now, man. I'm not going to lie. Kind of like A.J. Dillon's line right here. Let's take A.J. Dillon. We should just take an all running back lineup here. All right, running backs only. Running backs and Debo only. Let's just look at running backs. Kind of like Clyde over 11.25. He had 8 points with only 8 carries. He should be good moving forward. I don't get why they still use Moss. He sucks. Yeah, Hendo and Singletary, the truthers. I mean, imagine if you went completely 0 RB and you have Hendo and Singletary. Probably feel all right. All right, I'm only looking at running backs here. How many times did Javonte rush for over 59 yards last year? One, two, three, four, five, 6. And he gets Seattle. I kind of like that line. If it was like 49.5, I'd probably definitely take it. I like Kamara a lot, man. I mean, how likely is it that we just see true Alvin Kamara performance against the Falcons in week 1? You know? So, 64.5 rushing yards at the over last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 94.5 total yards. This is going to be more difficult to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Don't quote me on that. My math is questionable. It's hard, but I'll skip it. We got no Ravens running backs. I like Najee to score a touchdown quite a bit. Let's take Najee. Kind of like Mixon at 2.5 receptions. So you'd have to hit 3. He did so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times last year. It's not bad. This is tough, man. Ramondre Stevenson or Damian Harris basically hitting 10 points. A little bit lower. I'd probably take a chance on Ramondre, but I just don't want to bet on that game. ETN at 3 receptions is kind of fun. Against Washington. Kind of like Gibson here against Jacksonville. Elijah Mitchell is just, I don't know. Probably stay away from Monty. I do like Nick Chubb to score a touchdown. CMC with 1 rushing touchdown is like really hard to pass up. CMC at least 6 receptions is tough, man. I think some of those CMC lines are kind of high. I don't want to go at JT. It's tough, man. Dameon Pierce, 13 rushing attempts is like easy. Let's go DeAndre Swift. No, I don't want to go DeAndre. We already got Jacobs. I don't know why I don't want to go Eckler. Aaron Jones score a touchdown just feels right. Josh Jacobs over 2 receptions. A.J. Dillon over 12.5 receiving yards. Najee Harris to score. Aaron Jones to score. Dameon Pierce, 13 rushing attempts. Feel pretty good about that one. A running back card. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, I'll do one more. Guys, if you have fancy questions, throw them out there, man. Throw them out there. It's Underdog night. It's Friday night. Appreciate you guys being here, man. Been a great stream so far. Guys, we gained 100 subscribers in a week. That's insane. Thank you guys so much, man. Thank you guys for all the support. It's just crazy. Thank you guys so much, man. Crazy, it's crazy. Matter of fact, we gained over 100 subscribers in a week. Crazy. Thank you guys. Tomorrow night, we'll have some late night fantasy Q&A. It'll be a good time. I'm excited for it. All right, man. Let's see here. I'm looking for smash plays here. I really think Mariota's going to throw an interception. I like Mariota with 1 pick quite a bit. I kind of like Lamar at 65 rushing yards. Man, like, what is the average? What is the average amount of passing attempts these days? I feel like Joe Flacco under 34.5 passing attempts is pretty good. I really do. Like, I'm trying to think of a good... Jared Goff. I don't know why I pulled up Jared Goff. Passing attempts. Whew. I mean, Jared Goff had 57 passing attempts in week 1 last year. Okay, I think that did it for me. I don't think I'm taking that. I don't know. I don't feel good about that one. Like, I feel like Najee Harris to score a touchdown is a smash play, dude. Ayuk 10 plus targets if Kittle's out. I think Ayuk could have a really good game against the Bears. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at last year. I don't know how I feel about looking at Flacco from last year, though. He played in... Okay, he had... What is this? He had 8% snap share in Week 10 against Buffalo. 3 attempts, 3 completions. Week 11, he played a full game. He had 39 passing attempts against Miami. I just don't feel good about that one anymore. Yeah. And we don't know how he's going to look in the offense. I don't know, man. I feel like teams throw the ball so much more than they used to. I don't know, man. If Edmonds is like hurt, right? I don't know if I'm crazy about doing anything with Mostart. Oh, Edmonds is good to go. I just don't like that game, man. I mean, Tyreek Hill over 68.5 receiving yards, maybe. If he pops on one play, you're probably good. I still like Carson Wentz with 1 interception. I really do. I'm going to take it. Carson Wentz at 1 pick. I really like the lines for Debo. I just think Debo's going to have a good game, man. But I don't want to put too much stake into it. I think Brissett throwing a pick is a great line. I think Nick Chubb to score a touchdown is a good line. Man, I still think Baker might throw a pick. How many picks does Baker have in his career? I think he's going to have a good week 1, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, we saw Josh Allen throw 2 picks and Stafford throw, what, 2 as well? Baker had 13 picks last year, 8 the year before, 21 the year before that, and 14 his rookie year. See, like, I just think that Baker throwing a pick is a good call. Let's take Baker. But we love you, Baker. It's no knock. You're our boy. Stafford had 3 picks. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Derek. Sorry, Derek. See, I kind of like Paris Campbell at 3 receptions. If he's truly the number 2 on that team, like, I don't think it's a bad call. But I just don't know if I want to bet on Paris Campbell. I don't mind. If Alec Pierce is at 2.5, I might take that. But I want to see him play a full game. Man, I really like Davis Mills at 14.5 at the over. I mean, 2 touchdowns gets you 8. I think he can make up the rest. I mean, 15 points for Davis Mills is like not crazy whatsoever. Last year, Davis Mills had more than 15 fantasy points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Not crazy. We already took that once. I'll leave it at once. Staying away from Hurts's lines. I do like Devonta Smith at 4 receptions. I don't mind Goddard at 9.45 at the higher. If he scores a touchdown, I think he can get there. I don't mind Goff to throw a pick. I should just take an interception lineup. Just only take quarterbacks throwing a pick. Except for Herbert. I just think there's always a lot of interceptions week 1. I don't hate JJ over 83.5. Gosh, did we see some receivers ball out last night? Danny Dimes at 1 interception. I'm not doing any more interception picks. I kind of like Nick Westbrook at 3 receptions. I still kind of like that one. See, look, it says James Conner. Can't pick that one anymore. See, I don't mind Noah Brown over 3 receptions, but we just want to wait until Sunday for that one. tough, man. I'll take Mariota to throw a pick. We'll do one more pick. Then let's just take like 2 that we feel really good about at a different position. Let's go Najee to score. If Najee doesn't score this week, I'm going to be really sad. And let's take a Debo line. I think Debo's going to have a great game, man. I don't know. Let's Ayuk over 4 receptions is kind of fun, though. Ayuk over 4 is not bad. But he was over 4 receptions 1, 2, 3, 4 times last year. If Kittle's out, then maybe I like that one better. Debo over 4 receptions might be a move. Debo last year had more than 4 receptions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Let's take that one. I like that call. I think Debo's going to have a good game, man. I got a lot of riding on Debo right now. All right. We got Carson Wentz to throw a pick, Mayfield to throw a pick, Mariota to throw a pick, Najee to score, Debo at least 5 receptions. I think that's a pretty good call right there. Yep. All right, so I've got a couple teams thrown together. The one I drafted with you guys is my best team yet, according to projections. So this is basically, it's just battle royale style. Excuse me. So first place at 40,000, second at 15, third at 7, etc., etc. But it's pretty easy to get. I mean, no, I don't want to say easy because overall you've got 29,000 current entries. So it's definitely not easy, but I do think to get your deposit back is possible here. So, I mean, you're going to be able to draft a pretty loaded squad. But I got Trey Lance, Kamara, Swift, JJ, Debo, and Mark Andrews. I do really like this lineup. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. I got Hurts, Kamara, Swift. Not the first time I've done that. Apparently, JJ, AJ Brown, and Hawkinson. Murray, Eckler, Chase, Mike Williams, Debo, Cole Kmet. Over here, we got Hurts, Kamara, Swift, JJ, Adams, Goddard. Herbert, Henry, Kamara, A.J. Brown, McLaurin, and Goddard. So I feel like those are all pretty decent, yeah. Man, part of me just wants to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a slip on the Monday night game. But I'll hold off for now. Hold off for now. All right, how long have we been streaming? Almost 2 hours? What? It does not feel like it's been 10 minutes. That's crazy. All right, guys, any final fantasy questions you guys have? Throw them out there, man. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I feel pretty good, man. I feel good about those entries. All right, guys, so tomorrow night we'll be on by 11 p.m. Eastern time, if not a little bit earlier. Tomorrow we're going to be, I mean, it's late night. I'm going to go until I can't. I'm going to go until I can't for the first Saturday fantasy Q&A of the night, or of the year, excuse me. The first late night. I'm going to go for it, man. And then Sunday, I'm going to stream around 11 a.m. Eastern time, maybe 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, maybe 12. I don't know. We'll see how I feel Sunday morning. Right up until kickoff. So we'll have a final hour fantasy Q&A. Those are always a good time. And then I'll let you guys know on Discord about how things look for Sunday night. I probably won't be streaming. Let's just, give me a breather and see how things go. It's going to be a lot to get together going into week 2. Monday night, I might not be streaming either. I might hop on for a second after the game, but Sunday nights and Monday nights going forward are probably going to be mainly for getting ready for the next week in terms of shooting videos and editing, getting ready for the waiver wire video and everything. So those are 2 nights I plan on kind of taking off this year. But accordingly, and when I have time, I will hop on Sunday and Monday nights here and there, but just don't count on it. So yeah. And outside of that, we will definitely have fantasy Q&A going into week 2 on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday night. No doubt in my... No, excuse me, Tuesday and Wednesday night. No doubt in my mind. Most Thursdays, I'm going to try and hop on like an hour before the game and do a quick Q&A before the Thursday night kickoff. So, yeah. Fridays will just be Underdog nights, and Saturday will be late night fantasy Q&A. So I'm excited for the year, man. It's going to be a good time in terms of the streams, in terms of our uploads. Must start defense, must start kicker, running back, receiver, quarterback, tight end, and that order will all drop. And then, like this past week, I did a top 20 players overall for week 1. Like, I might do some videos on picks that I like a lot. I'm just going to kind of mess around and everything throughout the year if I do extra content. So, should I trade A-Rob? Trade for A-Rob? If so, what is he worth? Feel it out, man. I mean, you probably still have to draft like a wide receiver 2 on a productive team for him is the thing. Upside of the week, hot take, mine is Vikings. I could see the Vikings winning in week 1. I could see the Vikings winning in week 1 for sure. I could see the Steelers winning too. I could see the Steelers being a good upset. Yep. I'll go Steelers for my upset of the week, man. I could see the Lions winning as well. I could see the Raiders winning. I don't know if that's an upset, but I could see the Raiders winning. Don't see the Seahawks win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for today's stream, tonight's stream. Appreciate you guys coming by. Appreciate you guys hanging out tonight, man. You all know what to do, man. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you are new to the channel, check out all the links down below on your way out. If you guys watch this retrospectively, feel free to drop any comments, questions, concerns pertaining to the 2022 fantasy football season down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight, man. Had a blast with you guys. Thank you guys for throwing together some Underdog pick'ems and an Underdog Battle Royale squad heading into the afternoon slate this weekend. Of course, if you guys are new to Underdog and you do sign up, the easiest to use platform out there, the best DFS weekly best ball, whatever you want to call a platform out there, be sure to use promo code DCatch to double your first deposit up to $100. Promo link also in the description down below. J-Dubs, Derek, RS, FaZe, Dan, Tanner, Patrick, Anthony, Andrea, hello, Steven, Smoking the Cat, everyone else who stopped by, everyone else who hung out. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Love this community, love this channel. I will talk to everybody tomorrow. Like I said, late night fantasy Q&A, the first of the year. We'll kick off tomorrow night, even though tonight we went a little bit late as well. But looking forward to you guys. It'll be a good time coming out. Come talk some fantasy tomorrow night. Basically the same setup as tonight for the most part. So appreciate you guys, man. Hit me up on Twitter, Discord, Instagram if you guys need anything in the meantime. With that, I got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.